One of the weirdest things in our 1970s home was this caged-in jungle. A year ago, we turned it into this. I took you guys along for the whole process, and it was a whole family affair with a lot of sweat in the Florida summer heat. We removed overgrown bushes and vines, and then we created a small paper patio on one side where we get shade most of the day. We took out about 4 inches of dirt and then leveled all of the rest of this. We added these stone borders, added sand to the middle of this. You're about to see what we added on top of the sand, but we added some plants as well as pea gravel for easy, low maintenance drainage. And then we brought in the exciting thing, which was turf, and it has been just the best place for our little boys to run around in. So now 1 year later, and with another baby added to our family, we are realizing that some of the plants that we chose were not quite the ones that we should have. So we're addressing that today, adding some decor details, some new furniture, and finally creating the diamond trellis of my dreams. I think I found a chair on the side of the road. Let's get it. I show you guys some embarrassing before shots, and this is definitely one. So our backyard has fallen into a bit of disrepair. We just got back from Minnesota, so for my sister's wedding. So we haven't even brought our patio table back outside from inside when we used it for a party. And then we have all the chairs just like scattered everywhere. There's rocks everywhere. Our kids love to dig, which is totally fine by me because it entertains them. But we got a lot of rain, and so our grass really came in. We also need to do a lot of pruning. See how much these need to, this one is like falling over. All right, so let's just dive into the obvious. This bougainvillea, it had to go. So you guys warned me that this was not a good plant, and I'll show you why this wasn't a good plant for this spot. And I will also show you some ones that I would absolutely recommend. You'll see once I'm pruning all these back how we actually do have the diamond trellis pattern there that my dad did while I was newly postpartum, and I will get to show you how that turns out today. Okay, I got one of them pruned, and it's pretty dramatic. So before, after. I mean, you can't even see where the bottom of that is, and then it looks very sad there. But we have to trust the process, and it always gets a little bit worse before it gets better. All right, we are at the Home Depot. So we're gonna give up on the bougainvillea being a vine trellis diamond thing. So, oh goodness, I'm shedding postpartum. Anyway, so I am going to run in and grab some star jasmine because I have done my research on this, and supposedly star jasmine is like the best thing you can use for a diamond trellis. It won't like tear anything. It's good for stucco if you're gonna do it against a stucco thing, but we're doing it against a screen. So I think it should work really well. They're also really bendable. We're gonna address the bougainvillea once we get home. Okay, didn't find quite what I wanted. They used to have these medium ones that were just like $10 for a bucket, like a pretty good sized bucket, but I got huge ones. So these are the $20 ones, and they already have flowers and like trellises. They're huge, so they're gonna be great, but I mean, they're a little more expensive. And then these are smaller than the ones that I got last time, but they're only $7, and they've got some growth, so I think that we'll be able to use these. So I got 4 total, 2 small and 2 big. By the end of a Home Depot run. Are you even doing it right? All right, so we got jasmine, a lot of it. And then I also grabbed these because I've never used them before, and these were a lot easier to grab than a big thing of laundry detergent. So, I don't know. We'll see how they go. They're like sheets, like dryer sheets, but they're actually like the soap. Strange. All right, we are going to dive back into the trellis situation, but first, I just am really excited to set up this piece of furniture. So let's do that now. All right, it is late, but I figured this was a much better time to do this than during the day with my kids trying to help. Something that I've been wanting for our backyard is some form of hammock or like swing sort of thing for the kids to just like to relax in. I have very fond memories of using my grandmother's hammock swing growing up, so I was very happy to come across this company, and they graciously sent me one of their hammock swings. So let me get this open and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. So the company that this hammock chair is from is Suncrete's Outdoor Living. I will link their website down below, and they have a wide range of traditional hammocks as well as ones like this. Definitely opened that backwards, but Something that I remember from my days in physical therapy school was learning how good swings are for children as well as for adults for relaxing us, but specifically for children, it helps with their sensory integration. And so I had that in the back of my mind when we were looking at this swing, and we have so enjoyed sitting on it and relaxing, and just it brings so much peace immediately into our backyard. Dominic came in to find me doing this after cleaning something up in the garage. I know, always a new project. And then I took a little break to go look at the kids while they were sleeping, because he said they were sleeping weird, and they were sleeping weird. They're always doing something. But this ended up being a lot taller than I was expecting, and actually a little bit wider as well. So you'll see the dilemma that we thought we might have, but it all worked out. That's a good point. You think it's gonna fit out the door?
I don't know, maybe.
I think it's like down there. It's gonna be. We determined that this would fit through our double doors, but if you don't have double doors, you might want to build it where you plan for it to actually live. Then I came with this as well, which will probably fluff up a little bit more for the seat. All right, we test it out. Reminds me just of my grandmother's house. Wow. Oh, I'm so happy with this. I can't wait for the kids to see it. Yesterday I really pretty much took these like down to nothing, and it's all here. So now we need to take this to the trash, and these have the biggest thorns on them. I'll show you. Here's an example of the thorns. I mean, there's some even bigger ones, but these were the thorns that were going into the screen, and they were kind of separating the screen a little bit, so that's why it just wasn't a good idea. Some of you guys told me that this was not a good idea to plant here, and we were hopeful that it would be like further away from the screen, but the bougainvillea grows like directly out. Like it just goes out like from the main stalk. And so those pieces were just going directly into the screen, and it was not a good idea. It's not a good plant, but we're gonna change that today. Put on a long sleeve shirt so that I could carry these all to the trash. Because I get all of this cleaned up, my plan is to take this one here and put it on this post out here, take this jasmine, bring it in, take this one, put it on our fence over there, and then use the new jasmine that I got here and twist that all around these to create a beautiful trellis. I also forgot to mention that I wanted to take out this plant here. Now, you saw this in the first clips, and they are extremely long. I had actually chopped them, given them a little haircut, but they were just growing crazy amounts, and then they let these like hair pieces come off, and it was just making a mess all over. And so I do not recommend this type of grass, whatever it is. Any of this like long type of thin grass, I think it just gets really messy quickly. Now, these bougainvillea are beautiful, and I actually have them in the front of the house that I have been pruning and working on them getting better and everything. So I wanted to add another one here to our fence to the backyard, because I think that it could work really well here. But the thing with bougainvillea is that they actually don't, that thing just totally fell over, but they don't transfer very well. So I'm not sure if they're going to live. While I'm doing the voiceovers for this, they actually look completely dead, but I'm hopeful that they might come back to life. We'll see. Anyways, it was worth a try. Otherwise, they were just going to go into the trash. I will show you another plant, which I very highly recommend for a lanai, or really any space, even indoor. And I will show you how I prune that and turn it into even more plants. So I think once you get one of these plants, they are just like the gold because they just keep giving, and you can use them in so many different ways. I had really been putting off pruning my garden because there were beautiful things in my garden. I didn't want to take it out, but I gained some perspective, and I'm going to share that in just a bit as well. Okay, I got one moved, and I am drenched. Now to move this one. If only it was this easy. There. Thank you, boys. Let me see your hands. Oh my goodness, those hands. Look, I'm so sweaty and like dirty. I'm filthy. I never got my nails done, but I had them done for my sister's wedding, and they're just disgusting now. But the yard's looking so bare now in this spot, and so I'm very excited to put the next thing in, which is the jasmine. And they are so long that we're gonna be able to twist it up onto the wires, and I think it's gonna really good, like give a lot of coverage all of a sudden. Now pouring down rain, but we're gonna keep doing this. So the jasmine is gonna go in here, but Dominic has a fish that went bad, and so we're gonna bury the fish in there.
Saw you today when I wasn't looking. There was a sway.
Thank you, fish.
In the trees above that told me you were near. And I heard your voice when I wasn't listening. There was a sweet noise I'd never heard.
One of my boys just saw my knees. He was like, "Oh, Mom, you playing in the dirt? Did you have fun?" I was like, "Yes, you did. This is fun for me." So now I have 5 jasmine planted here. This one I started taking off the trellis. I'm gonna do the same for this one and then start twisting them up onto the wires. I wish I could share more of the process of this DIY wire trellis that my dad created, but I was recovering with our new baby. So thank you, Dad, for working on this, but I do know that he used a tension wire kit with little twist things. That's all I can tell you on that, and I'm sure that there are some good tutorials on it, but I absolutely love the end result, so stay tuned to see how it turns out. But we are moving on to some pruning, and I want to share some tips that I learned of how to prune, as well as some mindset shifts that I had to overcome, because it's really hard for me to want to take things off that are really beautiful, that are still doing well. And I think that that rings true, as cheesy as it's going to sound, to my life and how much I like to pack into my life and create really like a busy, full schedule. If you are someone like me that likes to do that, I think it's particularly helpful to think about the quality versus just the quantity. I forgot to click start on that camera shot there, but let me go ahead and show you how I pruned this jade pretty aggressively, but we're also going to use all of these clippings, so fear not, this turned out really, really well. This is the same technique that I used for trimming all of my plants out here. So here's an example of the new growth starting right in here. So I want to cut it right in front of that so that it's not as noticeable when it continues to grow, just like so. And then this will slowly start to kind of envelop this, and it will look like it was never pruned, hopefully. Much better. That is a happier plant for sure. Tell me you have boys without telling me. Oh my gosh. All right, boys, thank you. What's funny is the boys are just like collecting snails from this yard, and the other night we went out to dinner to celebrate Dominic passing his exam with his parents. We went to like a very fancy restaurant. The boys did not come, but I got escargot. It's just grossing me out a bit. Like, look how many snails they found. This one's trying to escape. Oh no, gross.
Oh, hands in the shadows are resting your grave.
All the kids with me. We're going to their doctor's appointment, but I think I found a chair on the side of the road. Let's get it. All right, it's been a minute. The jasmine has grown like a lot, like probably go solid foot. So I've been kind of twisting it. I'll show you how that's coming, but we have some cleanup to do, some pots to move around this weekend, and then this makeover will be done. I also want to propagate the jade, so let me show you how I do that as well. I also found a piece of furniture on the side of the road in the trash, so we're gonna DIY that a bit too.
Oh, the pain.
I I shared in a recent vlog how my mindset since having my third baby is that I am practicing everything in my life. I'm allowing myself to have that grace that I am not there yet. And so something that I'm practicing out here is cleaning up after my projects. So these clippings honestly sat here for like a week and they were really stinky. So that was pretty gross. This is the jade that I trimmed, and you can see already how much it's growing. So you can see how quickly this plant grows, and I have a ton of it. All of these are the trimmings, and it said online to let it callus over for a week. So I think it's been like 2 weeks out here. And then you can stick it in a rooting hormone or just stick it into dirt. So I'm gonna see if I can find my rooting hormone, and then we'll see how this works. I found this in an estate sale, and then we kind of refurbished this by adding new like cover plaster on top of it, but this plant isn't doing well here. I think it just gets too much sun, and so I'm going to switch this to the jade plant and then put this one inside. I've had some good luck thrifting pots. So this little terracotta rectangular one I thrifted recently from the Goodwill. It was $5, but it doesn't have a little tray to sit in, unfortunately. So I am going to leave it outside for now, but I think I will eventually bring it inside because supposedly jade can grow really well indoors as well. These plants were really going crazy. So if you live in Florida or an area that gets lots of sun and humidity, I would highly recommend jade plant. And it will just keep giving because you can just clip it and keep propagating it. So you'll see where all of these pots ended up. But I wanted to address the back patio a little bit. I was planning to share in this makeover some accessories out here, maybe getting some cushions for those chairs you see on the right there that I found in the trash, as well as some pillows for those sets on the left side, but I just couldn't get to it. So at least I did some weeding, but if you missed this makeover, I shared it recently and I will leave it linked in the description below. Somehow managed to move this hammock chair outside yesterday. The boys were protesting because they wanted it to stay in the living room, but I'm loving it out here. I just nursed Cassian in this little spot, and today we need to do some cleanup and then kind of rearrange things a little bit. So I have some ideas of where I want things to go. I got sick of sweeping. We're gonna use the vac. I know it sounds so silly to be vacuuming outside, but it works really, really well. Trust me. I was just getting really sick of all of the little bits of dust and like dirt that were just being tracked into our house because the boys are in and out of these doors all the time. I will also link the diamond rug here. I always get questions on it and I love it. It has held up great. Good morning. I ordered some pillows and I'm really excited about those, but we're going to move this to its resting position, and I think it's going to look really good once we get the pillows and accessories out here. So let's do that. This is the chair that I found in the trash. I don't know if it's worth it, guys. I'm going to hold on to it, but I want you guys to let me know, would you spray paint this or just put it back out on the street? The problem that it has is that it's kind of rotting right here. Still, like, to sit, you don't notice that because your leg isn't like on that, but I think this is just going to continue to probably get worse, and you can't replace this because this is like bent rattan. I mean, I don't think you could. It would be pretty obvious if you did. I mean, this whole part, the frame is rotting. So what would you do? Let me know in the comments down below. If I should spray paint it, I would spray paint it like black probably, or just put it back out on the street. Okay, I just got the final touches package. Hopefully that's what this is, but I ordered some pillow cushions. I'm gonna put up some options on the screen of some that I went through, debated. I wanted to have some with black and white in them, and I found some really pretty ones with like a block print, but they didn't have them in black. And then I found this more like floral option. I think this is gonna be good. It's just the, just the covers. And then I found this one to mix with it. Currently we have these like this that are just like kind of grass, and they're getting really faded and really stained. And I don't think you can wash them because they're like, it is, it doesn't have like a zipper or anything. Oh my goodness, there's 2 butterflies in here. Yeah. On our lime tree. Oh dear. I hope they go out. All right, let's get these opened up and I will give you the final reveal. I would so appreciate if you would give this video a like if you enjoyed it. That really helps support the channel, as well as comment down below how you think it turned out. Even if it's just an emoji, that also helps really support the channel. And next week, I'm gonna be tackling our family room, which I have been putting off. I just haven't had any vision for it, but I finally have vision for it. I've been thrifting things, found something on Marketplace, and I'm so excited to actually put it into project. Oh, thank you for bringing me scissors, buddy. Thank you. I'm wondering if I should just keep that one on there and keep this one, use this new one, and then return these, because these are, I don't know, they're like much more black than that is. That one is supposedly black, but it looks more blue in person. I don't know. What would you guys do? Should I I think I'm gonna do these for now, and then I might put that one on later. I do like this print a lot. We better get the net. This pillow was much larger. It was even rectangular, but I just shoved it in there. I wanted it to be nice and full like those other blue ones that I have. These pillow covers aren't like great quality or anything, but they were super cheap, and so I think that is important for having things outside, especially with kids, so that I can replace them if needed. I don't think I ever shared with you guys these DIY coasters that I made. I just put on the backs of them like the little like floor protector things. These were leftover tiles from our bathroom, and I love these as little coasters out here. I think they just add a little interest, and they're super wipeable and clean and stuff. I mean, not that you need a coaster on a metal table, but it's cute. All right, guys, I'm going to share with you guys how this all came together. You're going to see on the jasmine just how far it's grown, and that is an indication of how long this video has taken to put together, just because I'm doing it in between all of our summer activities, and the sun just went completely like behind clouds, and it's about to downpour, so I need to get these clips like right now because I'm going out of town in 2 days. Gosh, it's really windy. And I just have to get this video live for you guys so that you guys have something to watch while I'm out of town. So let me show you how it turned out. I always like to leave you guys with a little bit of inspiration, even if it's a little bit cheesy. So we did a lot of pruning in this video, and something that I was just reflecting on was John 15. I went on a retreat actually on this scripture in college, and it had a lasting impact on me. And I think that summer is a particularly important time when we are all very busy to review where we might need to do some pruning. He cuts off every branch in me that does not bear fruit, and prunes every branch that does, so that it may bear more fruit. No branch can bear fruit on its own. It must remain in the vine. You got it. A branch that I have allowed to be pruned in my life in this season is my baking. It's just really simplifying things in the kitchen so that I can spend more time with friends and with family, with these little guys, while I have them all home with me before my little big boy starts kindergarten in the fall. And this is how the patio looks at night. I think it's absolutely magical out here, and as always, there is more that we could do, but I am so happy with the progress that we made, and I hope that I could offer you some inspiration. I will see you in the next one. Have a very blessed week. Bye, guys.